Welcome back to the demonstration. Now we have successfully completed the low level technical specification for a given business requirement. All the way we navigated from the stakeholders giving the business requirements to articulate them in the form of BRD, translated them into HLD, and then once again we translated to developer targeted LLD. Now the contract is ready, but the contract is not friendly to, what is that? We have endpoints, all endpoints have been detected, but those endpoints are not something like a concrete to developers, concrete to UI UX people as well as to testers. So that's where I'm going to be focusing on to role specific implementation plan out of the LLD, so that all three people can carry forward their work. Can we generate the UI out of the OpenAPI specification? That is a magic that you are going to be seeing in the AI way. Placement. Where should these additions go into the LLD? New numbered section in the body. Coding standard depth. Concise, project tailored, referencing Microsoft Docs. Exhaustive restatement of Microsoft guidelines. Concise, ready to use, editor fact snippet. I think that should be fine. Concise, project tailored, referencing Microsoft Docs. So Ram, what are we trying to do here? In LLD, some of the information missing. What is that? We couldn't be able to add or we didn't identify the coding standards every developer must follow. Okay. And then how each feature that we identified in the BRD mapped to appropriate REST endpoints. Those two are missing. So now we are trying to incorporate it. It is done. Now let me ask the questions. Now I'm going to have three roles: developer, tester, UI UX designer. All three can carry the work parallelly, but in the demo, one by one only. To whom you want to see first? Designer, artist, developer, science work, tester, make sure that everything goes in a testing. But all three are going to be receiving something common across. What are they? LLD. Wherever they want to refer, BRD as well as HLD also will be given. So, whom do you want to see first? Srita. Whichever is okay, Ram. Continue, no problem. Anyway, I'm going to see only, no. I will watch later the demo video and I'll do that. Whichever is okay. You want to see UX, UI, UX. Okay. All right. So, let's go to some other person. Sri Krishna. What is the question you're asking, is it? No. Who is the role you want to see first? Dev, test, UI. Designer. Okay. Very good. Very good. Last three. Last one. Last row. Okay. Who is the role? What is the role you want to see first now? Dev, is it? Okay. How about you? Designer, is it? Okay. Majority. Okay. So out of 5 people, 3 people want to see designer. Okay. Nice. Biswajit. Where is Biswajit? Yes, Biswajit. UI. Okay. We'll see both of them, web and mobile. The idea is that we are not going to be designing the concrete UI development. There are two things, no, UI design and development. UI also has got a development. So now we are going to focus on the UI design. Able to follow me? And then React developer, React native developer, they will start developing the application. UI designers, UI itself has got two things. Design development. UI design itself has got two things. UI designer, UX designer. UI designer focusing more on to font, layout, theme, navigation, color, how to arrange all this. UX designer focusing more on to experience. When the user uses the UI, will they be able to complete the task within minimal clicks, minimal effort. Please, yeah. Is UI self-intuitive? No. Except me and God, no one can explain the UI. That means those have to be very not easy to use. How easy? How fast? How will I be able to complete my job, my work? Just like that. That is where UX, behavior, experience, the content, placement, they all come under the UX. So I would say that both have got the more value additions. I would say that the three roles in the UI architecture team. Develop UI designer, UX designer, and UI developer. Three people are in the UI architecture team, UI team. This is applicable to web. Then there is a mobile also. These days we started targeting to wearable devices also. What information should come into the watch? What information should be there in the wearable glasses? Okay. So let me just save this now, download as MD file. Okay. Let's review. Document control, table of contents. Now we can see that coding standards and conventions and requirement traceability, BRD2 implementation, how they are mapped. So architectural recap, service catalog, service interaction dependency models, modular service design, API design standards, error handling. These are all the RFC 9457 specific API contract. Now we can see that the endpoints, but I don't seem to be having the complete contract. I can see only there's some information, but not all the contracts. So there's something which we need to work on. Okay, database, soft delete, authentication, authorization, cross-cutting concerns, BFF design, audit subsystem design, key workflow sequences, sequence diagrams, coding standards. We'll see that, naming, requirements. 5.1 mapped to all create endpoints guarded by requirement admin. No public route exists. Full life cycle. 5.17 distinct to each field. Now we do have. So in LLD, which portions is now targeted to BRD reference. This is a feature matrix. Some other places we got the endpoint details also. Which endpoint we are supposed to call. Wonderful. All are good. So we have got the LLD successfully crafted. What is the next step? Here itself we are now going to create the OpenAPI specification, which will be given to all the three people. The tester is going to focus on the API contract testing, assuming service available. Prove. If I give the OpenAPI specification to the UI designer, they should be able to come up with the UI mocks. Let us update, because it is expecting me to update the Visual Studio Code. So, very good. Right. I'm ready to go towards Visual Studio Code. Yes, could you please watch the demo? Visual Studio Code. In the Visual Studio Code chat, GitHub Copilot, of course, you should be logging in with your GitHub account, which has got the GitHub Copilot Pro. I do have the Pro Plus license. You must be having the enterprise licenses. Switch to planning mode. Use the Opus model, because we want to do think more. Attach the LLD. Now LLD has been added as part of the context. Don't immediately jump into the things what you want to do. First ask him, can you analyze and understand the attached LLD specification for the platform requirement on patients and doctors management, Nexus HA. I shall give you my next set of instructions on what to be done based on your understanding. Let me know what you understood. Do not go to low level details. Analyze, understand at the high level. We are in the planning mode only. So what Nexus A is an admin managed registry platform for a single hospital with multiple branches to maintain patient and doctor records. Architectural design, domain knowledge, understood. Okay, I'm ready. It says that. I told him to not to go to low level and all. Are we good to understand? Okay. Now what are we going to do? See this. As a solution architect, I am required to design OpenAPI specification based on this LLD document. Whenever you need more information, you can refer HLD Nexus HA.md and BRD patient doctor registry.docx. As a solution architect, I'm required to design OpenAPI specification based on this LLD document, which covers all the microservices that we have identified. Do you understand my requirements? Ask me questions for your clarifications. So we both are aligned on what we need. Note, do not assume anything on your own, and ask me questions in MCQ with the 4 or 5 options, so I can quickly pick my preferences without me reading, writing in prose style. OpenAPI specification should include the complete request, response, and error structure for all the modules. You keep this last. Go. Okay. Which OpenAPI specification version should I target to? Let's target to the latest version. Full JSON schema 2020 alignment, best problem for problem JSON also, because you are using 2023 RFC standard. So it says that better you stick to OpenAPI 3.1.0. But you should also take a consideration that not all Swagger editors or maybe other tools support OpenAPI 3.1. That is fine. We'll go ahead with that. Widely supported by tooling, Swagger UI, CodeGen, but limited schema features. So we'll stick to OpenAPI 3.1 specification. How should the spec organized as files? Should I create one specification file per microservice, or one spec per service shared components file, single monolithic spec containing all services? So what is that? Let me see where decision making. Should we create one file which has got all the 6 services, or should we create the 6 service specific, or should we create the service specific, something share across in the sense we'll have a separate file? What is your what is your choice? No, this is the question you will be asked when you are doing the practice. How should spec be organized as files? One specification in the sense it is going to include so many number of services. Okay. Right now we have got 2 services, patient and the doctors. But in the real world, what happens now? You will be having 31 services. Then it becomes bloated, gigantic, as well as every time you want to carry in every time when you ingest it, whole context will go. So ideally, a good practice is that one spec file per service, a shared component file like common schemas, problem details, pagination, enums in the components YAML, referenced via $ref. So whenever the file goes, no, this component file also should go. Okay, so one spec per service. The first one, what does it say? No, it will create several YAML files. There is no dependencies. Each one can go on their own. Let's choose the first one. One spec file. Referred file format, YAML or JSON. Both are okay. So shouldn't be a problem. Better for tooling pipelines. How exhaustive should endpoint coverage be? Exactly what is listed in LLD. Or LLD 8, obvious CRUD completions. Or full inferred surface. Include every endpoint reasonable for the domain, admin management, search variants, bulk ops. Do you want to support import export? Bulk import of customer, bulk import of patients, export of patients. But we never covered this as part of the LLD. Why are you adding this? The third option is not relevant. Fourth option, minimal, only state changes, key reads. No. That's why I told you, obvious one will always come first. Something like a non-obvious things will always go last. So exactly what is listed in LLD, only the representative endpoint shown in the LLD tables. LLD 8, obvious CRUD completions, add, missing, get, patch, put, delete, LLD implies. This is something very important. What is that? In the LLD, we have something like a CRUD operations. So do you want to design those also separate endpoints in OpenAPI specification? Obviously, we should do that. So from my perspective, the second option is the right one. How should the BFF specification be modeled? Client-shaped aggregated endpoints only. Pure proxy mirror of backend services. Hybrid aggregation. No, pure proxy mirror. See, the first option, what does it say? No, whatever backend exposes, backend or front end will try to optimize it. For example, you may have 4 endpoints. Here we will create 2 endpoints. So we are creating the backend for front end. No, that's why we are trying to optimize it. The second one says that mirroring. Whatever you got in the backend, that's what front end also. There's a backend for front end also should have. So right now my answer is that a pure proxy mirror, because I'm not introducing anything something specific to what front end needs it. For example, front end needs some aggregations, analytic reports, which we don't have the real endpoint. So we have to call 2 or 3 endpoints, get the data, do some aggregation and pass on to. So you can do this work at the server side. So right now we'll mirror it. How should authentication be expressed in OpenAPI security schemas? HTTP bearer, all services, public endpoints, mark the security. Okay, so how should authentication express in OpenAPI security schemas? HTTP bearer on all services, public endpoints, marked security. Open authentication to password flow on identity, bearer on others, more semantically accurate for authentication token. OpenID connect with the JWKS URL referenced, most expressive references, well known JWKS.json, bearer cookie session scheme on BFF, bearer on services. So from my perspective, fourth one seems to be quite good. How thoroughly should the error response be documented per endpoint? Per endpoint, relevant errors only. Lifecycle invalid transition. How much example data should the request response include? One realistic example should be fine. Which OpenAPI extra should be included? Server block per environment, tags, operation ID, item potency, pagination, X vendor extensions, webhook calls. Right now we don't have webhook calls and we don't have anything vendor extensions. So first 5 are relevant. After clarifications, what do you want me to do produce? A detailed plan first, current plan mode, implement after your approval. Yes. Now you understand the necessity to highlight that why I said that you are going to act as a product manager, because you are going to make a decisions. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I don't want it. So whenever you have don't want it, why did I select some other options? Those things should be there in the ADR, architecture decision records. So you don't much worry about the coding. You more worry about what my product should be having. All right. So it has come up with a plan. Let's go on the review. Produce OpenAPI specification 3.1 compatibility. Decision to locked in. Target files. We are going to create a folder called specs, identity, OpenAPI JSON, patients, doctors, branches, audit, BFF. Standard structure, info, servers, component schemas. Okay. Identity, patient, doctor, branches, audit, BFF. In the phase A, we are going to create log shared design templates. Phase B, draft to 5 first backend services specification. Phase C, draft the BFF. Phase D, validate each file. Now, where am I going to create it? Can we dump into the docs specs? Open in editor. Okay, first let us add that. Okay, open in editor. Okay, a prompt file is created. Keep it. Save as prompt file in GitHub prompts, or we can copy this, create a folder called under docs itself. We can create a folder called prompts. OpenAPI genplan.md. Markdown preview. You can review properly. We already done that. I reviewed it. All right. Let's move to the agent mode. Let us implement this now. Why is it saying plan is empty? Cancel. In the prompts folder, attach it. Now you can refer the plan and continue the implementation phase by phase. Huh? Oh, anything can be used, not a problem. Sonnet is ideal. Why? Because we already laid out a plan. So anyway, I do have the credit. So see there, I do have, I used only this month the 56 percentage. So I can still utilize for the next 4 days. That is the way. From the day one, LLMs are designed to generate MD because the text itself include the layout and structure. No, layout, structure, and style. Double star, bold, hash, heading one, double hash, heading two. Likewise, the text itself describes. That's why it is preferred. Now, let's see that do we have any editor available where we can see the OpenAPI specification. Let me ask the question this way. I do have, sorry, let's go to the Claude AI. I have OpenAPI 3.1.0 specifications in my hand provided by solution architecture team for a given business requirement. As a UI, UX designer or as a developer, developer, how do I be able to view those documents, those JSON documents online or with the comfortable UI? No, my objective is not to design the UI. My objective is to understand what is there in there because there is a JSON document. No, like if you have the Swagger API, Swagger UI, we can comfortably see. So let's wait for things to respond. Now it has completed the work. Swagger editor, editor.swagger.io, Scalar, Scalar.com, free sandbox, modern, clean reference UI, Redocly as an online preview. So let us go to editor.swagger.io. Okay. Our objective is not edit, our objective is view. So import file, series 2 specs patients dot openapi.json. Go away. Right. How will I be able to view it in the? This is fine. So we do have list endpoints. Create a patient, draft, patient ID, patch by patient ID, partially update the patient details. Patient life cycle, activate, deactivate, archive. Branches, list all branches associated with the patient. Associate a patient with the branch. Remove a patient from the branch association. Very nice. Let's go to the import file. Doctors. List doctors, create a doctor. Beautiful thing is that you will be able to see the sample example schema also. Good. Example value. Get doctor by ID. Partially update a doctor. Doctor life cycle. Verified. Verified, approved. Approved to activate. Activated, deactivated. And then upload the documents. Get all the uploaded documents. Upload a document. Patch, update. List the branches associated with the doctor. Associate a doctor with the branch. Remove a doctor from the branch. Nice. Import a file. These are all the IAM specific. How do we get the exchange admin credential for an access refresh token pair? Admin, where is the login? Okay. Exchange admin credentials for an access refresh token pair. This is where we are going to be logging authentication token. So you provide the username and password, you will get the token, access token, refresh token. Very good. Then we do have the refresh token, revoke JWK. This is for the public signing keys. List the admin accounts. These are all admin endpoints. Import file. We'll see branches. Simple CRUD operation. List the branches, create a branch, get branch ID, partially update the branch. Auditing specific. Append an immutable audit entry, query audit ledger, get a single audit entry. Okay. How about BFF? This is typical. All the endpoints clubbed together, because BFF is going to be the mirror for the UI. Right. Now we have got successfully created OpenAPI specifications out of the LLD. If I distribute this to the UI designer, now the question comes up. How will I be able to design the UI? I got the spec, but I should be able to design the UI. In a previous generation, UI designers use Figma, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, design the user interfaces. Drag and drop, something like that. Correct? Now I'm going to teach you something great. Are we good? Let us complete this. Work is going on still. So it is verifying all the JSON files are correct or not. Once we are satisfied, we have to say click keep, so that all changes are accepted. We are already able to load them into our Swagger UI. So there is no problem in the parsing. There is no problem in the JSON document. All files are being parsed cleanly. That's well and good. So let us all right, guys. Now we have successfully created OpenAPI specification. Any questions? When I do know, everything works. When you start, everything goes blank. But once you keep practicing, all will be demystified. That the screen will be demystified. If you are understanding everything in the first shot itself, I should be scared. You should also be scared. Should not generally happen. Should have doubts. How did he do that? How did it, something, some doubts should always be popping out. Nice. Please watch the demo. This is the turning point of the movie. Okay. I use some websites to get the inspiration of how the look and feel, how the UI design and so. First one is Dribble. Okay. So Dribble basically designers come together in this particular space where they showcase their work so that you can hire them. So true value addition would be like this: get the inspiration, design it, and then pay them. For the prototype, you can always get the inspiration. But the real work, what they have done, of course, they will maybe providing more assets to you, SVG files or image files or icons, so many things they will provide. So I strongly recommend you to hire them or maybe something like a pay. Right. So now what I'm going to do, I will go ahead with asking questions here like this. What is that? What kind of things you are going to be building? I'm going to be building something like a dashboard and forms for healthcare or patients and doctors with login screens. Okay. So some design comes up. It's okay. Whether it's a web or mobile. So let us use web design. Okay. Middle one also, the clocks. Okay. So I chosen the web design. So what is the color inspiration for health assist? Green, is it? Let us take the inspiration from here. This also look green, so let us take the inspiration from here. So this is create account. Okay. But we should have some forms. Do we have? No. Let's go ahead with this. This looks very fancy, not professional. This is a dark theme. This is for finance. How about this one? But a lot of details are okay. We do have a doctor dashboard. Then we do have appointment scheduling. This may be good for appointment scheduling, patient page, doctor staff page, contact page. Okay. We'll now see some more options. Okay. So I will give you some recommendations of websites. Okay. I already noted down some important websites. I'll give you the recommendations. Yes. Like a dribble only. Minimal.gallery. So let us go to the, wait a minute. I don't do this way. That's not my style. This is my style. Okay. So this minimal dot gallery, it has got a lot of inspirational look and feel, very good designs of your web landing pages. No, these are not the design tools. These are all the inspirations. Basically, we are going to get the inspiration from here. I'm going to take a screenshot, or I'll copy paste the images. So right now I'm looking forward to have the good um, content. So I'll continue here, or I can just minimize the search because it has got too much of information in the search. So dashboard and forms for okay, dashboards and forms, that should be fine. Let me search. Okay, this looks nice to see that hi-fi examples. How about this one? No, too much cluttered. Hmm. If they have got very good screenshots, you can easily refer them. No, this looks very simple. Let's see that. I think it's okay for me, but there's no color. It's just a plain vanilla. But this just a sign up screen or the login screen. Do they have more forms? Okay, we'll use this one. So first I'm going to take this, copy image. Now I'll go ahead with the AI designer. Remember, our objective is to design a mock-up, not the React application or HTML application or so. Don't think in that way. Stitch with google.com. So it's a AI design tool. If you have the Google Cloud account with the Pro, right now it is in the beta stage, so most likely you will get Pro licenses at a cheaper cost. So now I do have the Pro license. So let me just switch to the Pro, pasted the image. Okay, scroll down. This is the dashboard. Copy the image, paste it. Now we do have some specifications, or OpenAPI specifications, right? Attach, upload files. All files have been attached. Okay. As an experienced product designer, I would like you to analyze and understand attached OpenAPI specifications for patients and doctors management platform named. Now the questions you are asking. Nexus HA as an experienced product designer, product UI designer, product UI UX designer. I would like you to analyze and understand attached to OpenAPI specification for patients doctor management platform named from the platform named Nexus HA. Refer the attached screenshots for color schemes and dashboard UI layouts. I would like to follow the Robota font. So Robota font is a very common font in the modern days, especially Google prefers. If you're not very sure about that, just to say that font size online free. Font, text to font, how is it going to look like? For example, health assist. So 16 font is going to look like this bigger one. Change to 12 size. This one should be very pleasant. Should not be very big. It should not be very small. So Robota font size, font and 12 pixel font size for general contents. Header um, top navigation. Header top navigation. Logo plus header top navigation. Health assist logo. Copy image. Or we can say that logo. How do we get that? Copy link address. Am I able to paste it properly? Copy image address. Okay. Refer this. Top navigation plus left side navigation. Whenever we create a patient or doctor details, I would like to have wizard style instead of all details in a single form. It is not an app, it is web. You can't put like this. Do you have any questions? Do you understand and all? Those won't work out here. It will come up with, then you have to fine tune. Again and again, you have to fine tune. It's not like Opus, like a Claude design. Likewise, we do also have got a Claude.ai design. Claude.ai/design. Something equivalent of Figma, Canva. They're all well-known design tools. Okay. So, anything else? Responsive layout. User profile in the top right with profile settings, view profile and settings. User profile in the top right as well as and left bottom. I would like to have the following options: dashboard, home, dashboard, patients, doctors, branches, audit logs, news, terms, support, settings. I think we are good. I'm just expressing whatever I can. Let's go ahead. Now it basically has got all the necessary files arranged. So these are the input files. So what I generally do is that I'll keep them in corner. Okay, good. I'm analyzing the Nexus HI API specification and your preference images to establish a cohesive design system. So I'll be extracting the visual style, typography, Roboto 12 pixel color palette from the winning dashboard. Let's see what it is coming up with. Beautiful thing is that once the screen generated, once again you can highlight the screen, arrange the controls, once again regenerate it. So designers focusing on to these AI design tools to fine tune such a way that how user wanted to see this. Now design is getting ready. So first is coming up with the color palette. So move these designs above. Now our color palette is basically blue specific. That is fine. I think you can change it later. Generating screen. Let it generate screen 1, screen 2. Do you notice that? It is drawing, it is crafting actually, like a designer. So do we need React developer? No, we need product managers, not React developer. So the particular specification right now doesn't have the photo of a doctor or a photo of a patient. Correct. I should be able to upload the photo also. So these kind of features, enhancements keep coming as and when you progress. We are not identified in the OpenAPI specification. In the LLD also we didn't identify. So now this is where I will be showcasing how now this has become a brownfield. You will go back, teach where exactly the LLD, HLD or BRD. Tell him saying go and add this feature and propagate to the OpenAPI specification, subsequently to the UI also. Should be very organized. Directly jump into the UI and modifying this? No, there will be detachment. Right, now what it has done, let us go and analyze the design, what this guy has done. Patients Nexus HA. Now this is the way it's going to look like. Wow, really nice, isn't it? Home, dashboard, patients. I can see the patient code, name, specialty ward, primary branch, status. How come it has got all the details? Because I added the OpenAPI specification, right? That's why from there it got the idea. Suddenly you directly come to stitch.google.com, design the patient hospital management. It will design its own. You will not have any kind of control. That's where you keep on chatting. After 10 days also, we are not getting the desired output. Yeah, it's not good. We immediately blame that way. Now see there, doctors directory. Add a new doctor. See how it is able to add in the form of wizard style. Add new patient, wizard style. Now we got 5 screens ready. Now what is it saying? Now read out this message. Creation wizards, alignment, product produced artifacts, dashboard, patient management, patient creation wizard, doctor directory, doctor creation wizard. Would like to proceed with the generating subsequent steps with the patient doctor wizards, or shall we focus on the audit logs and the branches management via views next? So what is it saying? Would you like to proceed with the generating subsequent steps with them? Because we do have 3 steps, no? The wizard was there, no? Okay. Generate the next step of patient wizard. Yes. Subsequent steps of the patient and doctor wizards. Now see there, you select one particular screen. You select a particular screen. Right click. You can once again say the generate with animation and instant product, or maybe some other, for example, you can fine tune this particular screen. Good thing is that double click it. You can start editing. For example, instead of active dockers, I can say that active professional, something like that. Edit it here. This is what people do it in the Figma, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop. Now don't touch it directly, instead ask AI to do that work. Okay. So let's see what are the other screens are generated. It is crafting. So now onwards, if you come back to me as a business person saying that for a given business requirement, I need 4 weeks. Organizations will not accept until they know. Once they come to know, even your proposal 1 week also will not be accepted. 2 days also. Within the day after tomorrow, you deliver it. Yeah. Great. Nice. Let's complete with the next set of screens required for this platform. Now the challenge is how I'm going to bring these to our Visual Studio Code so that UI development will happen. So tomorrow we will be doing this, not the continuation, because the service required. So what we will do is that we'll go back to the Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio start development. We have LLD, we have the OpenAPI specification, very good. Now those have to be used to come up with the plan saying that how am I going to implement this? Ask AI. AI will give the phased implementation plan. Review. Happy, satisfied? Then generate the appropriate plan document. Implement it one by one. You will be able to get 6 microservices. So once again, the same testing phase, UI phase. So Friday evening, no, you will have the complete application app and running, including mobile application. So then what are we going to do Saturday? There is a brownfield project is there, and then the packaging, deployment, code review. Scan. For example, I want to verify that OWASP top 10 security vulnerabilities found in the microservice or not. Okay, we'll do the code analysis and give you the recommendations. Say that these are the places you may face problems. I think the mindset has been changed, right, in the UI design. So don't use Visual Studio Code for UI design. Why not? That may not be in a professional way. People can easily say that AI only generated. Now also AI generated, but it's professional. Because we are using specialized design tools for the UI design purposes. So you should understand when to use what kind of tools and shuffle and use them appropriately. I think so it has completed. Let's see. Indigo accented light theme, dual navigation structure. Shall we explore the terms and service support views next? Would like to refine the user profile permission settings. Okay, let's complete the other screens as well. What is that? Terms, support, profile, and settings. So news announcement is going to look like. Audit log explorer is going to look like. Branches directory. Okay. And settings and configuration. Now you may ask one question. But Ram, how does the final web application look like? I want to see the navigation. First time go to the dashboard. I click this, navigate to. The user always asks, no, I want to see the navigation, how the application look like, navigation and all. So now that also I need to teach you, see how we can get it. I can understand that for most of the people mindset, you're getting some ideas. Two bulbs are opened up. How can I build my own product? How can I build my own product? Now you're getting some ideas. No, you're getting some thought process, right? If you can do that, definitely you showcase to health assistants. See that this is what I built myself. That changes the value that you're going to bring it to the organization. So I always tell like this. What is the value you bring it to org? That will determine where exactly you will be taken next. If you always do what you have been asked to do, you are part of the crowd only. So this is what. So let us see what it is doing that. Doctors directory. Well, we already had the doctors directory, right? Why it is creating one more support link, user profiles, settings. Okay. This is the add doctor profile, add dashboard, nexus essay, patients, add patient, add doctor. This is add patient address. There's a second one, branches, doctors. Very good. Now core operational administrative views. Would you like to refine any specific interaction flows, explore the mobile responsiveness of these screens? Oh, that's fine. I think now we got all the screens ready. Now what I'm going to do, I will select all of them and then select all of them. Ensure that everything is selected. Connect and preview with the instant prototype. Cool. Let's see that, the prototype. Let's go. We are in the preview mode. Full screen. Yes. Do you see something like daughter corner? These are all navigable. Patience. Add patient. Next step. Next step. Complete registration. Doctors. Add patient. Okay, I have to go back to dashboard. Doctors. Add a doctor. Next step. Next step. Verification. Very good. Dashboard. Branches. Add branch. Do we see that? No. Okay. Audit logs. No, I had to go back to dashboard. Audit logs. Okay. News. No, dashboard. News. There is no create announcement. Nothing is available. So, terms. Dashboard. Support. Dashboard. Settings. Dashboard. Asha Menon. So, let's see that settings. Very good. Dashboard. So, this is the way going to look like. Wonderful, isn't it? Now, once you see the mobile version, once again you will go to cloud 9, another cloud 9. So this is what we want you to learn. So how do we leverage AI to reduce my burden? If HA comes to know that AI can do this much work, they will have a different set of plan that you can accomplish, that they can accomplish with your help. Imagine Health Assist is coming up with something like a stunning features what the clients have never expected, and we are able to deliver it. How does HL look at you? That's aware. Okay. It's okay, Ram. Let me leave now. The time is 5 o'clock, so 6 o'clock. So we'll see tomorrow. I can understand. All right. So tomorrow, what are we going to do is that we need to export this into something like a design assets, which we can use it in the later upon a time, or Visual Studio GitHub Copilot, or the Visual Studio, anywhere. Good.